Welcome back to the Fit Home Gym YouTube channel. Today we're going to delve into an area that gets a lot of attention, but oftentimes the wrong attention, the shoulders. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of bodyweight training, let's talk about why strong shoulders matter. Strong shoulders are your ticket to unlocking a world of possibilities in your fitness journey. They not only enhance your upper body strength, but also serve as a foundation for mastering impressive skills like the handstand push-up. And speaking of the handstand push-up, it's a prime example of how powerful shoulders could elevate your fitness game. So the handstand push-up isn't just a showstopper, it's a true test of shoulder strength and stability. To conquer this skill, you'll need shoulders of steel. Now, let's dive into the meat of today's video, which of course is bodyweight training for stronger shoulders. So the first exercise is a game changer, and it's the pike push-up. But check this out. Normally, when people do pike push-ups, it looks like this. The bottom part is hard because we're loading the shoulders here by leaning forward, but the top, not so much because we're leaning backwards. What this does is that it places more weight on your feet on the way up, but on the way down, it places more weight on your shoulders. So what we could do to make it more challenging is to lean your shoulders forward. First, like a planche, notice the angle between my shoulders and hands, and then I bend my elbows in, coming back up. This makes the top part and the bottom part challenging. Now, to make it even harder, you could do the same thing, but bring your feet closer to your hands. Lean forward like a planche, bend your elbows, and now you'll notice your feet coming off of the ground. So here's an assessment to test your level of shoulder strength. Start on all fours with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. You're going to pop your hips up and you're going to bend your elbows and bring your head in between your hands. Then you're going to shift your weight as far forward as possible, and you're going to walk your feet as close to your hands as possible until you can get your feet to float. Now, if you weren't able to do that, it might be a mobility thing, and that's a different video, but if you were able to get to the position, but you weren't able to get your feet to float, that's gonna be a shoulder strength issue. And so what we wanna do is pay attention to where you were able to lean forward, and that's where you're gonna do your pike push-ups. For example, let's say you started here, but only got to here before you fell. You would end up doing your pike push-ups from that angle. So lean as far forward as you can, and then do your pike push-ups. And then over time, over the course of a few weeks, you can lean further more, bend your elbows, pop back up, and then over the course of more weeks, lean your shoulders aggressively, bend your elbows, and then come down, and repeating the process until your shoulders get strong enough in order to support your entire body weight. Now, if you were able to get your feet to float during that assessment, I have a challenge for you. You're going to pop your butt in the air. You're going to bring your hands and your feet closer together. You're going to lean forward as far as you can. Keep walking your feet closer to your hands if you need, and get your feet to come off of the ground with your arms straight. Then bend your elbows and pop back up. This is a handstand push-up with your hips piked. This is basically telling you that you have really strong shoulders and of course good body control in order to keep advancing those handstand push-up progressions. The cool thing is getting there is just as straightforward as improving your pike push-up, in that you're going to lean your shoulders forward as far as you can and try to get the float as soon as possible and hold it for as long as possible. And then gradually over time, try to get that float sooner, and you're gonna be demonstrating awesome levels of shoulder strength. Now, if you have the Fit P-bars or the Fit Level rings, that's gonna make an amazing tool to help you bridge the gap between these different progressions, because P-bars are harder than the floor because you're training full range of motion. But because the P-bars are stable and the rings are unstable, the rings are harder than the P-bars, allowing you to keep pushing those boundaries for stronger shoulders. And so the order would be work on the floor first. When you plateau, work on parallettes, When you plateau, work on rings and then repeat the process with a further shoulder lean like a planche, and that's naturally going to help you continue increasing, continue pushing those boundaries for stronger shoulders. Exercise number 2 is going to be the forward lean push-up. Now, if you can't do a push-up right now, that's okay. You can always incline it and then gradually over time reduce the incline until your body is completely horizontal. Now, if you can push up, the next step here is going to be to lean your shoulders forward a little bit, coming all the way down and all the way up, protracting your scapulas, which basically is just the opposite of squeezing. Then you're going to progress this by continuing to lean forward, and this places a lot of load on the shoulders. I'm gonna come down, come back up. If you can do that, continue leaning forward. Notice the angle here between my shoulders and my hands. Coming down, coming back up. Now, I'm not going all the way down because I have my mic and I don't want it to hit the ground and it's gonna be really awful on your ears, but do your best to get so low that your chest touches the ground. Now, check this out. You can push the forward lean push-up so far that your feet will come off of the ground, just like we did in the pike push-up. And so you can make this infinitely harder by leaning your shoulders forward as far over your hands as possible, and then gradually over time keep doing that for stronger shoulders. The pike push-up and the forward lean push-up really do a good job of taking care of your anterior deltoid. But what about the posterior deltoid? And so that's anything from a prone position, and I like these because there's no equipment required and you can do them anywhere. So laying on your stomach, my favorite exercise is the TYI. T, Y, and I. These 3 exercises combined together, you could do 1 rep at a time, or you could do numerous reps for one, then immediately move on to the other. Now you could do the TYI on gymnastics rings as well. You just have to incline your body to an appropriate level. The more inclined you are, the easier it is. The more horizontal you are, the harder it is. And you would basically have to pull your body weight up and controllably lower yourself down as you pull the rings apart, keeping a slight elbow bend as you do this, and then you're almost performing a reverse fly as you perform the letters TYI, getting a nice rear delt shoulder burn. So there you have it, folks. Building stronger shoulders with bodyweight training isn't just about enhancing your strength, it's about unlocking new skills and achieving a sculpted upper body. Remember, consistency is key. Incorporate these exercises into your routine consistently and you'll be well on your way to achieving stronger and more defined shoulders. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more fitness tips, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for joining me today. Until next time, keep working hard, stay dedicated, and keep building those impressive shoulders. See you in the next video.